When someone hits you with a really messy question, do you just fire back the first thing that pops into your head? Nah, you stop, you think, you go dig around. But here's the wild part. Most AI search doesn't do that. You ask it something, it runs one quick lookup, grabs whatever's sitting on top, and just sends it. One shot, no double checking, no wait, let me look again. That's traditional RAG. Now picture search that actually thinks. It makes a plan, it notices when something's missing, and it goes back for more again and again until it gets it right. That's Agentic RAG. And in this series, we're taking the whole thing apart, piece by piece, until it just clicks. Welcome to Agentic RAG Simplified, a brand new series where we take one of the most exciting ideas in AI right now and finally make it make sense. And hey, real quick, if that's your kind of thing, do future you a favor. Tap that like and hit subscribe. That way, episode 2 just shows up the moment it's ready. Okay, episode 1, we're laying the foundation. And before Agentic RAG can click, two things have to be rock solid: what RAG is and what an agent is. So, two quick recaps. All right, RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation, sounds fancy, but the idea is really clean. It starts with your question. Instead of tossing that straight at a model and hoping it knows, you do something smarter first. You go look it up. A retriever digs through a knowledge base, your docs, your PDFs, your wiki, and pulls back the chunks that actually matter. Then you staple those onto your question, hand the whole bundle to the LLM, and now it's not guessing. It's answering from real information. That's RAG, super useful and intuitive, but it's got one weak spot. And honestly, that's the whole reason why Agentic RAG exists. So here's that weak spot. Picture a real question, the messy kind. Like, compare revenue across our top 3 product lines and explain why enterprise sales dropped. That's not one question. That's 4 questions wearing a trench coat. But traditional RAG, it doesn't notice that at all. It just fires off a single search and grabs whatever floats back, the good, the kinda related, and the totally irrelevant. And it can't go, not enough, let me try again. No rephrasing, no digging deeper. One pull, and that's it. So the model does its best with half the picture, and you get an answer with holes in it. Or worse, one that's just confidently wrong. Okay, switching gears. Agents. I'll keep this simple because agent is a word people love to overcomplicate. The honest version: an agent is just an LLM that can actually do stuff. Not only spit out text, but take real actions. It's got tools like search, a calculator, a database query, maybe even run code. Whatever you hand it, it knows how to use. But the part that makes it an agent, this little loop, it observes, thinks, makes a move, checks what happened, then decides what's next. So a plain LLM answers on instinct. An agent reads the question, makes a plan, works through it, and checks its work. Big difference. So take everything we just covered and mash it together. An agent that runs the retrieval. That's Agentic RAG. Your question comes in, but the agent doesn't just sprint off and search. First, it thinks, it plans, maybe even chops that big question into smaller ones. Then it retrieves. And here's the magic. It actually looks at what came back and judges it. Is this good? Is it relevant? Am I missing anything? And if something's off, it just goes again, rewrites the search, tries a different source, loops back as many times as it needs. And only once it's genuinely happy does it answer. Accurate, complete, grounded. Retrieval stopped being a dumb lookup and started reasoning. Let me just put them side by side so it really locks in. Traditional RAG searches once with whatever query you gave it. Agentic RAG searches as many times as it takes and rewrites that query on the fly. Traditional RAG trusts whatever it pulled. Agentic RAG checks its own work, looping the whole time. That's what messy, real-world questions need. And look, traditional RAG isn't bad. For simple stuff, it's perfect. Agentic RAG is just RAG all grown up. Now, episode 1 was really just the warm-up. Here's everything we're building toward. First, the foundations, why traditional RAG actually falls apart, and then exactly how Agentic RAG works under the hood. Then we open up the real toolkit: query rewriting, multi-step retrieval, tool use, self-correction, and memory. The stuff that makes these systems feel genuinely smart. And then we go big: multi-agent setups, knowledge graphs, the full architecture, and finally, building your own end-to-end. 12 episodes, one complete picture. And that's episode 1 done. You've got the foundation now. You actually know what Agentic RAG is and why everyone's so hyped about it. So if this made things click, do me a quick favor, smash that like button and subscribe so episode 2 lands right in your feed. It honestly helps a ton. Next time, we take traditional RAG apart and find exactly where it breaks. I'll catch you there. Let's keep building.